Ozempic should not be allowed for weight loss. Mark my words. Put them in a time capsule and open it in 15 years. Ozempic has a remarkable weight loss, but what they didn't focus on is that when these people are losing weight, they are losing muscle mass at a way higher rate than they should. As you play this forward, especially in elder patients, when you lose that much muscle mass, you cannot gain it back without extreme measures. The chemistry behind how they're losing that weight is really a starvation weight loss. This is the kind of weight loss that will decrease their immune system, decrease their bone density, decrease their muscle mass, and decrease their...
Please don't take this drug if you don't need it. Just please use me as an example. That's all. I just want to be an example of why you need to be careful. It's become very normalized, but it's really dangerous, and I just can't believe I did that damage to myself. Please be careful with this drug. That's all I want to say.
Ozempic, a name that's been circulating everywhere lately. From celebrity endorsements to viral TikTok transformations, it's praised for its quick weight loss effects. But is it truly the miracle drug people believe it to be? One singer's heartbreaking confession has shaken social media, forcing many to rethink their stance on Ozempic. Avery, a 30-year-old singer from Phoenix, Arizona, took to Instagram in a deeply emotional video, not just to share her story, but to warn others of the unexpected and devastating consequences she now faces. Avery was like many others who turned to Ozempic for weight loss. She had spent years battling an eating disorder, constantly feeling the pressure to conform to an industry that often prioritizes image over talent. For Avery, the scrutiny was relentless. Every photo shoot, every music video, every public appearance reminded her that she didn't fit the mold. The comments from executives and online critics about her weight chipped away at her confidence, making her feel as if her career changed on a number on a scale. When she was dropped by her record label for not aligning with her beauty standards, it was a crushing blow. It reinforced the idea that success and acceptance were reserved for those who looked a certain way. Desperate to fit in and regain control, she saw Ozempic as a lifeline, a quick fix that could finally make her worthy in the eyes of the industry. And in the beginning, it felt like it was working. The weight was falling off. And for the first time in a long time, she felt she was being noticed for the right reasons. But that fleeting moment of validation came at an unimaginable cost. 2 months after stopping the medication, Avery scheduled a checkup, expecting to hear that her body was returning to normal. Instead, she sat in stunned silence as a doctor delivered the news. She had significant bone loss, osteoporosis, and osteopenia. Her bones had weakened to a point where even a minor fall could lead to a serious fracture.
I just left the doctor's office. I went to get a checkup because I've been off of Ozempic for 2 months now, and I just wanted to see if my body was in better condition, if there were any permanent damages. Kind of in shock right now because I wasn't expecting this, but I guess Ozempic can cause bone density loss, and I didn't think that would happen to me because I was only on it for a year. But I have significant bone loss. I have osteoporosis and osteopenia, so that I don't know, there's like several of them that I have. I wasn't expecting that, but that's what happens if you use Ozempic for weight loss and you lose too much weight.
The very drug she thought would give her confidence and success had left her physically vulnerable, forcing her to confront a reality she never saw coming. In her tearful confession, Avery held herself accountable, acknowledging that she made a choice to take the drug without medical supervision. She wasn't seeking sympathy. She was grappling with the overwhelming regret. The anger she felt wasn't directed at the drug itself, but at her own willingness to risk her health for external validation. She admitted that for years, she had tied her self-worth to the expectations placed on her by the industry, by society, and by herself. Weight loss, she believed, would be the key to acceptance, to happiness, to success, and by standing in the aftermath of her choices, she now saw the harsh reality: none of it had been worth it. She urged her followers to be cautious, especially those considering Ozempic for non-medical reasons. I just wanted to be thinner. I just wanted to fit in. And now, my bones are brittle. Every step, every movement feels uncertain, like I'm walking on glass.
I just wasn't like expecting. I wasn't expecting that. But that's what happens if you use Ozempic for weight loss and you lose too much weight. I'm sorry, I know some of you might not relate, or some of you might think I'm being annoying or overdramatic about all this stuff, but I'm really just sharing this because please don't take this drug if you don't need it. Just please use me as an example.
And for what? A number on a scale? A record deal? Was any of it worth the price I'm paying now? No, it wasn't. It never was. She took a deep breath, her voice shaking but resolute. I don't want anyone else to have to learn this lesson the way I did. If you're thinking about taking Ozempic and you don't need it, please just think about the long term. Think about what really matters. I wish I had.
That's all. I just want to be an example of why you need to be careful. It's become very normalized, but it's really dangerous, and I just can't believe I did that damage to myself. Please be careful with this drug. That's all I want to say.
Avery is far from alone in her experience. The demand for Ozempic has skyrocketed, with an estimated 500,000 people in the UK alone reportedly using it. What was once a medication strictly prescribed for type 2 diabetes management has now become a wildly sought out for weight loss drug. Social media has played a massive role in its raising popularity, with influencers and celebrities flaunting their drastic transformations, fueling public curiosity and demand. However, what many fail to recognize is the long-term damage the drug can cause when misused. Accessibility has become alarmingly easy. Online prescriptions and wellness clinics offer it with minimal oversight, sometimes without proper medical evaluations. While Ozempic works by mimicking a hormone that signals fullness and slow digestion, leading to rapid weight loss, the effects on the body extend beyond just appetite suppression. Users are often unaware of the risks, including muscle loss, malnutrition, digestive issues, and the potential for irreversible damage to their overall health.
Ozempic should not be allowed for weight loss. Mark my words. Put them in a time capsule and open it in 15 years. Ozempic has a remarkable weight loss, but what they didn't focus on is that when these people are losing weight, they are losing muscle mass at a way higher rate than they should. As you play this forward, especially in elder patients, when you lose that much muscle mass, you cannot gain it back without extreme measures. The chemistry behind how they're losing that weight is really a starvation weight loss. This is the kind of weight loss that will decrease their immune system, decrease their bone density, decrease their muscle mass, and decrease their longevity.
But what happens when you stop taking it? The reality is unsettling. Many report experiencing an intense rebound effect, where they not only regain the weight they lost, but sometimes even more. This cycle of extreme weight loss followed by rapid weight gain creates a dangerous dependency, forcing many into a predicament where they feel they must stay on the drug indefinitely. The body becomes conditioned to rely on it, and quitting can trigger withdrawal-like symptoms, including increased hunger, extreme fatigue, and metabolic slowdowns that make sustainable weight management even harder.
Here's some unexpected side effects you may experience while taking Ozempic. I'm Real Dr. Bay, TikTok semaglutide and tirzepatide expert. You may experience longer fingernails. That's right, this goes back to the fact that these medications suppress addictive behaviors like overeating, but also biting your nails. To piggyback off of that, you may experience a reduction in skin picking. Another change you might experience is craving sweets. And this may be due to your newfound freedom that you feel like you won't gain weight by eating those sweets because you're in a caloric deficit. And another thing patients tell us that even though their appetite is suppressed, the only thing that sounds appetizing are sweets. Let me be very clear, this is not healthy in the long term. You definitely want to supplement with high protein diet and exercise. And finally, cold intolerance. Patients swear their hands and feet are freezing due to these medications. And while we don't know for sure why that is, it may be due to the lower body fat leading to lower insulation.
Avery's case is just one of many that highlight the unintended consequences of this so-called miracle drug. Despite the growing number of cautionary tales, the demand for Ozempic continues to surge, leaving many to question whether the pursuit of rapid weight loss is truly worth the risk that comes with it. Avery's story isn't an isolated case. Many TikTok users have come forward with their own horrifying experiences, revealing the darker side of Ozempic that often gets overshadowed by its rapid weight loss appeal. The most common complaints include persistent nausea, extreme fatigue, and severe digestive issues. Some users describe relentless stomach pain that made it difficult to eat, while others mention being constantly exhausted to the point of struggling with daily activities. However, for some, the side effects have been even more severe, turning into life-threatening complications that no one warned them about. One such case is Ashley Kanan, whose experience took a terrifying turn. Ashley was on Ozempic for just 4 months, believing she had found a simple solution to weight loss. But instead of a healthier body, she found herself in the ICU for 10 days, suffering from a severe gastrointestinal reaction that escalated into pancreatitis. She described the ordeal as one of the most agonizing experiences of her life, with uncontrollable vomiting and unbearable stomach pain that left her physically drained and dangerously dehydrated.
I was only on Ozempic for about 4 months when I ended up in the ICU, an intensive care unit, for 10 days. I nearly died.
Ashley suffered what's now emerging as a serious concern, a severe gastrointestinal reaction to the drug.
The doctors told me it was what they call a perfect storm. The side effects of the Ozempic gave me pancreatitis. The pancreatitis caused me to vomit uncontrollably. I actually remember one of the ER doctors telling me that he roped in every specialist that he could so that he could try to save my life.
Despite her near-death experience, Ozempic had been doing what it's become famous for. Ashley was losing the kilos. But when she stopped taking the drug and returned home from hospital, she quickly put weight back on. What she did next was confounding.
I'm quite ashamed of this. At one point, I actually went back on Ozempic because I hated how much weight I had regained, and my doctors gave it to me. They said, okay, well, we're gonna monitor you more closely this time. And after 2 months, I had pancreatitis again. It made me realize, okay, this medication is harmful.
What makes her story even more alarming is that after her hospital stay, doctors still put her back on Ozempic when she regained weight, promising closer monitoring. Desperate to maintain her progress, she trusted their advice. But just 2 months later, she found herself back in the same nightmare. Another bout of pancreatitis, another emergency hospital visit. It was only then that she realized the drug wasn't a harmless weight loss aid. It was putting her life at risk. That second near-death experience was her wake-up call, forcing her to finally stop Ozempic and reconsider the price she was willing to pay for a slimmer body. Ashley's story is a stark reminder that for many, Ozempic side effects aren't just temporary discomfort. They can be life-altering or even life-threatening. Her journey serves as a warning to those who might be considering the drug without fully understanding its risk. Doctors have weighed in on the conversation, cautioning against the reckless use of Ozempic for weight loss. Dr. Karan Raj, a well-known surgeon, has explained that those who take Ozempic without medical necessity often experience a temporary weight loss that is quickly reversed once they stop taking the drug. He warns that for non-obese individuals, the risks far outweigh the benefits. As the body's natural metabolic process becomes disrupted, over time, prolonged use of Ozempic can lead to weakened metabolism, making it even harder to maintain a stable weight without medical intervention. Similarly, Dr. Annette Bosworth has highlighted the concerning effects of Ozempic on muscle mass, bone density, and the immune system. She describes the weight loss as starvation weight loss, meaning that it is not sustainable and comes at a significant cost to overall health. When the body rapidly loses weight through artificial means, it often sheds lean muscle along with fat, leading to a weaker, less resilient body. She warns that many patients who stop using Ozempic experience extreme hunger and a slow metabolism, which makes them prone to regaining even more weight than they initially lost. Furthermore, she explains that since muscle plays a crucial role in supporting metabolism, the loss of muscle mass can have long-term consequences on overall health and longevity. These medical insights paint a clearer picture of why using Ozempic as a quick weight loss solution may do more harm than good in the long run. One of Avery's biggest concerns is how normalized Ozempic has become. Social media glorifies its rapid weight loss effects, with influencers flaunting dramatic transformations, turning it into the latest wellness trend. The pressure to conform to beauty standards has made many willing to overlook the risks, buying into the promise of effortless weight loss without fully understanding the consequences. But behind the carefully curated posts, glowing before and after photos and influencer endorsements are untold stories of pain, regret, and irreversible damage that rarely make it to the spotlight. Avery's message is clear. Ozempic is not a shortcut to self-love or success. True confidence and fulfillment don't come from a number on a scale or fitting into a societal mold. For those who truly need it, individuals with diabetes or severe obesity, it can be life-changing. But for those seeking a quick fix, the consequences may be far worse than ever imagined. The pursuit of thinness should never come at the cost of one's long-term health, and Avery hopes her story will serve as a cautionary tale for those who are considering taking the drug without fully weighing the risks. The Ozempic conversation isn't just about weight loss. It's about informed choices, accountability, and the impact of beauty standards on our health. It's about understanding the long-term effects of prioritizing aesthetics over well-being and questioning the ethical responsibility of pharmaceutical companies, doctors, and even influencers who promote it. Avery's story is a cautionary tale, but it's also part of a larger discussion, one that forces us to confront difficult truths about our obsession with thinness and the lengths people will go to achieve it. Should Ozempic be more strictly regulated? Should there be greater transparency about its risks, especially for those without medical conditions that require its use? And what role do doctors play in this growing trend? Are they truly prioritizing patient health, or are they too quick to prescribe without fully explaining the dangers? Most importantly, how do we shift the conversation from quick fixes to sustainable, healthy living? How do we move away from a culture that glorifies extreme transformations and instead promote long-term wellness, self-acceptance, and healthier approaches to weight management? These are questions we should all be asking as we navigate the realities of Ozempic's widespread use. Avery may have lost weight, but at what cost? Her battle with bone loss is a painful reminder that some risks aren't worth taking. As more people share their experiences, it's crucial to approach these conversations with awareness and responsibility. So what do you think? Should Ozempic only be available to those with medical necessity, or is it up to the individuals to decide for themselves? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and if you found this story eye-opening, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe for more discussions on trending topics.